Hey guys, so how do we calculate the impact of a interest rate increase on our portfolio? So I thought I'd just take you through really quickly, and I've just made up this simple spreadsheet. And basically what you do is you fill it out with your own data. I've got up to 10 properties here. You can download it free from the website. I'll post a link in below. And make sure, if you're interested in property investment, if you're interested in the cycles and you're interested in the economics that applies and all that sort of stuff that relates to being a property investor, and in particular a set and forget or hands-off investor where you don't really want to have or don't have the time to get involved and do it all yourself, then make sure you subscribe and listen to my channel. Regular videos coming out, and just pop down and press the subscription, and you'll get lots and lots of good content. Anyway, back to it. So this is basically how do we calculate the impact of interest rate changes? Because even though right now we're in the potentially middle of a recession, a lockdown, and all that sort of stuff, the reality is we are likely, with all the amount of stimulus getting pumped in and the government borrowing, we're likely to see interest rate increases, okay? And they're likely to come down the track, and I'm thinking maybe a year or two, but it's always good to get prepared before and run this scenario. And so this is one of our scenarios that we run with our portfolio management clients, and basically it allows you to sleep better at night. It'll do two things. It'll either allow you to stress and worry and realize that you need to make a decision, but at least you'll be aware of an impact. Or it'll allow you to sleep easy knowing that whatever the market throws at you, you're okay from this perspective. It's one of the two scenarios I run, and I'll run another video, which is what happens if we lose our job, okay? And we run that scenario. So check the video out for that scenario. But look, on this one, it's really, really simple. So basically, what I've done is I've got this simple Excel spreadsheet. You can also chuck it into sheets. It's really easy to download, and basically all you need to do is fill out all the yellow bits, okay? So effectively, you put your property name. Oftentimes you have a name for your properties. I do, where it's normally just, it might be Gate House, or it might be, a street name or whatever that that's where you got, or a development name, okay? I put the address, suburb, county, postcode, date bought, and the purchase price, current valuation, mortgage owing, and mortgage lender. Now there's a few blanks in there. This is not my real data, okay? This is just practice data, because I just wanted to show you what the impact is. Now, as we come across, once you enter that data, you've then got a little bit more to enter in. So you've got loan value there, which is just simply the loan divided by the value, which gives you a percentage, okay? Actually, something's gone wrong there. There's 167% of loan to value, which is clearly not, okay. Anyway, we'll leave it like that. I'm not gonna play with these too much. Your interest rates, okay? And then what you've got is a drop down here for your interest rate, either repayment or interest only, okay? Then you've got fixed, all right? So now, right now, I've left this so it deals with interest only, not repayment. And obviously you've got fixed and variable, depending on, what will happen, because that will determine, and it depends on what the tie-in is. So you need to make some adaptations. This looks at a point in time, it doesn't look over time, so it's not calculating everything. If you want to do that, you can go to our normal cash flow worksheet. If you speak to the team, you can get a download copy of that and see what interest rate rising and lowering for each property and that sort of stuff is, and get to it in a bit more advanced. But if you're just looking for some comfort in what happens if interest rates go up 1%, 2%, 3%, and that sort of thing, then this is a really easy thing to do. Okay, so we've got that information basically in. We've then got our gross rent, okay, and our agent's fees. So then we become, and that's 10%, and then that's calculated 10%. Up here is the VAT, okay, or GST, or whatever you want to put in. If you can change that. So if it's 10% in your country, change it to 10%, whatever that is, okay. It just literally, I've left it all open so you can play with this and do it with your heart's content. You can obviously re-download it if you need to. So net rent comes in at that, which is basically that, less that equals that. Then you've got your mortgage payment, and your mortgage payment, quite simply on an interest-only basis, is just literally the amount owing. Where are we? The amount owing, wherever it is here, amount owing multiplied by the interest rate, which gives you the annual interest, divided by 12. Okay, simple. The repayment one is a little bit more advanced than that. Okay, so I'm not going to deal with repayment in this particular presentation, because it gets a little bit more advanced, because you got to put in time and terms and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so this spreadsheet, don't worry about the repayment. If you want to do that, go to the real one, the big one. This is just meant for a simple thing. So basically you've got all your costs, annual service charges. Now you put your annual in, it'll divide by 12 and put that there. Annual ground rent, divide by 12 and put that there. Bills, insurance, any other expenses that you've got, obviously there's more than that. And then what it'll say is profit before mortgage and profit or loss after mortgage, okay? So you can see that already this one's making a loss, all right? Now put that in there. I think these are not real properties, these are just what I've planned or what I've put in place. Now, once we've done that, that's our source data. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down here and we're gonna actually map out, and we don't need to do anything here, okay? It's already done it all for us, which is basically that. We've got property 1, and the current mortgage is 292, and actually it's 292 all the way through, no matter how interest rate goes, because if we go up here, it's fixed, all right? So let's have a look at property 2, which you'll see starts off at 292, the mortgage payment, okay? If interest rate goes up, 250 it starts off with. If interest rates go up by 0.5%, it becomes 292. By 1%, 333, and then obviously 375. So eventually, if it goes up by 3%, okay, so it started off, if you have a look here, at 3%. So if it was to go to 6%, then obviously at 6%, it's going to be 500 per month. That's the mortgage payment, all right? Then what we're going to do is come down here, because now we've got the new mortgage payment. Now what we can do is we can actually look at this and see, right, this is our current profit, okay, before mortgage, or this is our current profit before mortgage. Then what we're going to do is take away the mortgage payment, okay, the new mortgage payment from above. That gives us, in this case, 151 profit, 151, that stays the same, because remember that was the fixed one, okay? But as you can see here, at 0.5%, we're still 200, 1%, 160, 118, and we're getting less and less. And obviously, to go from green to red means a loss, okay? But the white means getting close to a loss, green means obviously good, but effectively you can see down here, this one, it started off as 110 profit, then it went to 26, minus 57. Now, the good thing about this is what you can actually see is the across the portfolio. So you're originally, here, that was your profit there, but now you've got here, you're making 1,000 profit. Sorry, that was profit before mortgages. Here you're making 1,000 after mortgages, 700, 300. So obviously, in this case, you could probably survive about to 1.5% interest rate rise, okay? I always like to keep at least 2%. You can see it's $7 there, or $7, £7 there. So really, this portfolio probably is okay. Now you're going to start to stress, okay? But what it means is you can start monitoring this. You can go, you know what? Actually, it looks like this particular property, which is going to, almost account for, 40% of the losses. I need to get rid of that property, or I need to remortgage it, put it onto a fixed. I need to do something with it. See, you want to get in as early as possible, because if you get in as early as possible, then you save money. Sorry, I just realised that this is doesn't say new mortgage. Yeah. Anyway. So this one you probably want to do something with, and maybe this one, and maybe this one, because these are bigger figures. Now, if you can fund 700 a month loss, but remember, it's not just 700 a month loss, it's actually 1,000 profit to 7. So the spread is 1,700 difference, less money that's coming in each month, okay? So that makes a significant difference when a 3% increase. So you may want to go and fix some more properties. You may want to sell some off. You may want to, who knows what. There's lots of options. You can bring on a business partner. You could sell it off on a lease option. You could look at turning it to a service apartment. You could look at hundreds of different ways to make either more income or decrease the costs, okay? So that's really what this is about. It gives you, when you do this, you can sit there and go, well, actually, I've probably got 2% before I go negative, okay? I can afford that. Now, if you're relying upon, say you're surviving on this, that $1,000, and say that $1,000 was 4,000, and all of a sudden that 4,000 goes to 1,000, but you're surviving on that 4,000 each month, well then you need to go, hold on a sec, I can't survive on 1,000. I can get down to 2,000. What am I going to do? And the idea is you do it up front, you do it early, you make decisions, before the, franticness, the panic and all that hits. Because let's face it, the governments right now are spending so much money And what they're doing is borrowing from central banks. That has to be paid back, and obviously when it's paid back, the people who are going to pay for that is you and I through our taxes, and obviously through inflation. And inflation means interest rate changes. Okay, so because obviously as the inflation goes above that 2% target in most countries to say 4%, I'm saying sort of 4 or 5% it could potentially get to. That means that obviously we need to be aware of that, because they'll probably raise interest rates to accommodate the higher inflation to keep that down. And that's not necessarily going to be a good thing, but it's something we need to prepare for. So anyway, guys, hopefully that gives you a bit of a insight into what you can do from here and the actions you can take. As I said, get in early and get this worked out. And when you do it, you actually, a lot of times you'll feel much better about the numbers, and it'll allow you to sleep at night and feel better, okay? And that's what this is about. If you want to get into sort of hardcore portfolio management and really looking at your portfolio and looking at each of these properties and how do we increase the profit and how do we decrease the costs, and these sort of things, that's best done with a portfolio manager. And the best thing to do is sit down, do a Zoom meeting at the moment with one of the team, and they can take you through, and that's what these guys are trained for. All right, so if you're interested in property, this is a place to be. But if you've got a portfolio, whether that be one property or whether that be 10 properties, it doesn't matter. We can help you get control of it and make the strategic decisions that you need to change your strategy to meet the market, because the market is changing constantly and you need to be on top of it. There's no use being an emu sticking your head in the sand, because you'll get a kick up the arse. I did say that, didn't I? Anyway, guys, thanks very much and have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. See you later. Bye.